Well, welcome back to Track Rotation. All your tracks in Series 10, 11 and 12 have now rotated to be new setups, new drivers, new strategies required on different circuits. And as always, every 2 weeks, we release one of these videos which is going to give you the Series 10 guide, the Series 11 and Series 12. And what it is mainly me recommending what I think is best for you to go and follow, and my rationale as to why. That's going to be the big thing that I want to go through with you this week. So make sure to stay tuned. Again, as always, I'm going to timestamp in the description the start of Series 10, the start of Series 11, the start of Series 12, so that you don't have to watch this full video if you don't need to. It of course helps me, but I want you to save time, get the information you need, and go and win them races. That's what it is all about. So yes, in this video we're going to give you full strategies, full setups, and we're also going to give you the AI stats so that you know roughly what you're racing up against. So let's start off with that pesky little Series 10 that you might have just reached or you have been in for some time. So let's go and have a look at Series 10. Series 10, Silverstone, Mexico, Spain and Abu Dhabi. It is tyre management being required. So Silverstone forms part of tyre management and power unit. Mexico, tyre management again, but cornering setups. Spain, tyre management and cornering, so predominantly 2 cornering circuits in Series 10, and we've got Abu Dhabi with the speed. So you've got two cornering circuits, Mexico and Spain. You've got speed for Abu Dhabi, Silverstone for power unit. So you can't go all out with one setup. You can if you want to basically really struggle at the other ones. So this is what Series 10 looks like. So again, what we're doing this is for you to get the best sort of advice and information as to what is happening in Series 10. This is what the AI are running. So obviously note the speed, cornering and power unit stats of the car available. And that is what they're going to be running. So when you come to set your car up, you roughly know how difficult Series 10 is going to be. Now let's get into the setup and then we'll go into the strategy maps for Series 10. So this is what we are going to tell you to run in Series 10. We have got the 2 cornering, 1 power unit, 1 speed track. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically just prioritize the cornering a little bit over speed. We're going to get rid of power unit. Now most people think sometimes that the best way to go on a different car setup per track in a series is to go fully balanced, and that does work to an extent, but what you find is all your balanced stats tend to be a lot lower. Now we know in this game at the moment that Hutch haven't got on top of power unit just yet. Power unit is the easiest of them all. Now if you get a real player at a power unit circuit, you still could potentially have a good chance of winning. Yes, you might lose, but what this setup is going to do is going to give you the 2 cornering tracks, the 1 speed, and you are going to be very strong. Now, your levels might be different to mine. You might have higher stats. You might have lower stats. But for me, this is what I recommend in this series of Series 10. Go for and prioritise speed and cornering with a little bit more cornering. Get rid of power unit. We can deal with 1 track being the worst, and qualifying is okay as well. Now, if you're against a bot at a power unit circuit, you're probably still going to win with this setup as well. So make sure to get this on. And the drivers, this is what I recommend. Tyre management. So Yuki Tsunoda is brilliant for this series. Reason being, race start 74. Tyre management, for example, 79 at my level 5. He is very good at race start and tyres. Now you need tyres and you want to get a good race start. They're 2 key things. So again, that's great. Overtaking isn't bad. Defending isn't bad. Lets himself down with qualifying, but you're going to come through the pack anyway. It's going to be fine. And then the other driver is Lawson. So remember, Lawson will get a bad start, but his tyre management is okay. He's going to get good qualifying, unlike Yuki Tsunoda. So I do recommend these 2 drivers in Series 10. Now, you could go someone like Ocon, for example, who is going to be even worse qualifying, but you're going to get a bit more defending and race start. But for me, I'd rather take the qualifying and go with these 2 drivers and that car setup in Series 10. Now let's go ahead and go over to the track maps then for Series 10. we'll start off with Silverstone and we'll run through these really quickly. So you've got, in the dry, 3 soft, 4 medium, 4 medium, 3 soft. That is what you want to run all the time. In the wet, 4 wet, 3 wet is priority. But if you are kind of stuck at the back, 3-4 is a very good option as well in Series 10. So definitely have a look at it. Now this list down here is all the boosts that feature both tyre management and power unit. So just to name a few, Butterfly, Pretzel, Frost, really good boosts around this circuit. And Instinct, even the free boost is okay. And in the top right track map, blue for conserve, yellow for medium, red for attack. Silverstone, you can still score very good points even with the setup that we have provided you. Now, another circuit is going to be a very difficult one to score points at times. It's Mexico. So back to a cornering setup. And you're most likely going to run a 4 medium around Mexico because of your tyre management. You could potentially get a 4 soft with Yuki Tsunoda and probably Lawson. But you need a good 20 tyre management probably on top of it to do the 4 soft. If not, run the mediums. And in the wet, most likely a 4 wet is your best strategy. SAR and Nazar are the 2 best boosts. You've got Movember, Downforce and Self-Control as well. And then 3 places to conserve, top right. Blue, big straight here in Mexico. Gain 10 to 15% on your power unit every single lap. And that is going to feed you that power unit to attack your rivals. Now, the third track in this series is Barcelona, another cornering one. You are going to need tyre management to do a 4 soft, 5 medium and the opposite. However, you can do that in terms of 4 medium, 5 hard if you wish. Same boosts apply as we've just been through Mexico below. Very good track for race start if you get one. So also Yuki Tsunoda should plough through the field on lap 1 and get himself up as far as he can, and you should get wow in this circuit. It's got a good point scoring track, I want to say, Barcelona, with 2 places to conserve in the top right and the red. A lot of attacking places to go on this one. And then finally in Series 10, one of the most difficult circuits on the F1 Clash calendar, Abu Dhabi. So this is your speed circuit. It is going to be the 3 soft, 4 medium, 3 soft. And like Spain, I haven't really ran through the wet. You don't tend to get wet track at this one, but it is a 4 wet, 3 wet and the opposite. So these 2 tracks are usually the dry ones. You will have Silverstone and Mexico where it usually does tend to rain. Dead Fast, Eternal Flame and Eagle at this track with some good places to conserve, as you can see on the track map above. So that is your Series 10 guide done and dusted. A reminder of the stats that your AI in Series 10 are going to be following. And remember, your matchups all depend on luck. You never know what you're going to be facing. You could get very unlucky. But just bear in mind that you could dominate this series if we stay away from power unit. And even if you get a real player at a speed or cornering track, the chances are you're going to go ahead and smash them. So, those that are joining for Series 11. Series 11 now forms part of a speed series. It is the former Series 12, now in Series 11. We have got speed and a driver balance stat across the board. You've got defending in there, overtaking, race start and tyre management. Impossible to cover them all. So this is what we're going to be running in this series. These tracks and these track and driver stats. Let's show you quickly what then Series 11 car stats look like. And here they are on the screen right now. So yeah, no shock to see your Red Bulls, your Ferraris. You're going to be very quick. Albon's going to be up there as well. Some big stats in Series 11. And it's all about speed. All about them speed. Mainly just focus on the car stats, because that is what's going to be key in this series. Now, what do we recommend for Series 11? So let's go in first of all, load up the setup, and here it is. So what I would recommend to you is as followed. Obviously use Series 11 or below parts. Go everything full speed, okay? Add everything as you can, speed everything. Once you've got your full speed setup, see how that goes. If you find you're qualifying too far back, start to add some qualifying where you can. So you could change out Turbojet for Nemesis, take another 4 qualifying points. But if I'm honest, even with my lower stats, qualifying 104 is not bad in Series 11. So Give that setup a go. You want to go full speed. If you struggle, add a little bit of qualifying. See if you can hang on against your rival. Now, no shock to see who we're using again. Yuki Tsunoda in here. Again, we've gone for that race start tyre management. His overtaking is okay. His defending is okay. So actually, he's quite a balanced driver. But you're going to get race start and tyre management in 2 of the circuits. So Yuki Tsunoda will be a big plus for you in Series 11. Now, it is a toss-up to who you could use in as your driver 1 or driver 2. I've gone for George Russell on the basis that defending, race start and his tyre management is okay. Just a bit better qualifying. But you can use someone like Sainz if you wish. You could take a bit more overtaking and defending. A bit more qualifying in there as well. You could use someone like Stroll. Again, overtaking and a bit more qualifying. But I've tried to go with the race start. The race start, I feel, is always where you make up the most positions quickly. So that's why I've gone with George Russell. Again, this is just my recommendation. By all means, absolutely change it if you wish. It all does depend, remember, on what levels you have what drivers. You could have Sainz at level 6. Then go for Sainz because he will be better. But they are the drivers that I would recommend. So, for Series 11, it's all about speed. And let's get into the strategy area. And let's go through your strategy map. So we've got Austria in this circuit. So obviously this is our defending track. Now we're going to run through all the strategies. You're going to be doing the champions and contender strategy, which is the 4 soft, 2 soft, and the 5 medium, 5 medium. You can go both on the soft run if you wish. That is absolutely fine as long as you don't double stack. You've got wet circuit as well. So again, the 4-4-2 is okay, but the 5-5 is the better strategy around this circuit in the wet. Rainbow and Voice are your 2 best boosts. You can use boosts like Tulip, Warrior, even Firework and Gladiator, slightly noted at the bottom too. 10 laps, remember, at Austria. Blue for conserve, pretty much every straight, attacking them corners. Watch out for them mixed conditions in Austria, because that happens a lot. We've also got China, and the reason I've gone for tyre management slight drivers is the fact that these circuits can be done pretty well with good tyre management drivers. So again, 3 soft, 4 medium, 3 soft are your go-to in Shanghai. Firework, Street Shark are your best 2 boosts. You can see the other ones down here. Hex is a really good boost as well from the free selection. I often use Hex round here, but there's so many boosts you can use at this circuit which have both track stats. In the wet, 4 wet, 3 wet, and a 3 wet, 4 wet. Again, a bit like Silverstone, you want to do that 1 stop and undercut if you are struggling towards the back. Top right, conserve for blue, yellow for a medium, red attack. Quite easy track, I feel, is Shanghai, and you can go and smash it with these strategies as well. Race circuit number 3 in this series, we're off to Vegas for that one. So let's find Las Vegas in mine. And here we go. So you should be comfortable running a 3 soft with the drivers I've shown you. If you've got under around 65 tyre management, you probably want to run the 3 medium. The strategies are there in the wet, but I have not experienced a wet Vegas in series what was 12, so you shouldn't either. But they are the strategies just in case. Firework, Rainbow, Street Shark, and Timeless, with a shout out to Surf in there, which gives you that extra little bit of tyre management as well. Conserve down every straight at Vegas and attack through the corners. You should be gaining 10, 15, 20% a straight at this circuit. You need to be, especially that back straight, conserve hard at Vegas because you're going to need it as much as you can. And then Jeddah for the final circuit. Again, you should be comfortable really now with a 3 soft strategy around here. You can do the mediums if you have less than 60 tyre management. Another one that you can do is go to the 3 soft. If you get a bad start and you're near the back, swap to a 2 soft, 4 medium. That could be a very good undercut. And if you want to do an overcut, 4 medium, 2 soft is what you could look at as well. Deadfast, Eternal Flame, Eagle are all good. And then Jeddah, attack through the first half of the circuit. Just absolutely smash it. Conserve in the second half. That is the easiest way to do Jeddah. Attack the first half, conserve the second half. So that is your strategies for Series 11, your setups, your drivers, your boosts, your where to push and where to conserve. Hopefully that does you well. For those joining us in Series 12, this is the new Series 12 and it comes now to a mixed bag. We have got overtaking required in Series 12. So that is one thing that you do need to think of when it comes to Series 12. Now, we have got speed, power unit, cornering, 2 power unit circuits, Brazil, Canada, Bahrain and Baku in total. So, yeah, 2 power units, 1 cornering, 1 speed. So, let's first of all show you the Series 12 that you want to face. So this is the AI and what they are running. As you can see, they have some extremely good stats in Series 12. But of course, they vary per track, apart from Verstappen, who's out there right out front, pretty much in the Red Bulls with Perez. So they are the stats that you want to focus on for your car in terms of what your AI are going to run. But what do we recommend on setup? Now, if we go to our setups for the car in number 3, I'm going to give you a little bit of a change here. And there's 2 options as to why I do this, okay? So we have got 2 power unit circuit. There's a chance that you're going to get a power unit circuit more than ever. But, of course, power unit is a little bit broken where speed and cornering still works. You don't need to go full out power unit. So this is why I recommend, first of all, this strategy right over here. And that is going for more speed and cornering. Because then at the speed and cornering tracks, you're going to dominate. And probably against bots, you're going to beat on them in power unit circuits as well. So that is the car setup I want you to try and see. Because ultimately, if you go mostly power unit, you're really going to struggle at the speed and cornering circuits. Whereas with this, speed and cornering is going to be fine. Easy, and you're still going to score good points at the power unit. Now, most people will tend to run the following setup. They will tend to go full balance most of the time, like so, and they might run something like this in Series 12. See how low the stats are now? 160s, so speed and cornering you're going to struggle. The 164 is not going to make a massive difference at the power unit circuit, so instantly you're going to be a lot better at speed and cornering. Now, you can still go for this setup. What I would recommend, again, you could go something like start prioritising that power unit with a bit of quantum, and you're still going to be good at cornering circuits, or you could completely go the other way. You could go power lift, and you could prioritise one or the other. I mean, really, it's going to be up to yourself, but I feel if you do get rid of power unit, you can still beat the AI at a power unit circuit. So again, just have a think about that. You could run something like this, but look how bad your speed and cornering circuits are going to be. Yes, you might win the power unit track, but you're not going to win the speed and cornering tracks. So that is why, with power unit being broken, I strongly recommend that you go for a setup which is just a little bit better on your speed and your cornering. So yeah, absolutely go for that. That's not what I started with here. But completely keep messing it around until you find what you want to go for. What's going to be working best for you. But generally recommend, yeah, absolutely taking some different values. Have a little mess around, see what you can come up with. But definitely that first setup I show you, go for that one. Now, drivers and pretty much these 2 what regularly get used in Series 12 because they're so balanced drivers. But you are now at an overtaking series. So the 2 really that you want to focus on are going to be your Max Verstappen and your Fernando Alonso. They're going to be 2 big drivers with big overtaking stats if you've got them higher level. The only downside is the race start. The race start is going to be pretty bad for both of them. So you could look at using someone like a Lewis Hamilton, but he's going to get lower qualifying. That is your only problem. But them 2 are going to be your 2 best bets around these overtaking circuits. Remember, the better overtaking stat, the better or faster your driver is going to race. So let's get into your strategy area for your Series 12 circuits. So if we go ahead, take a look and start with Brazil. So, Brazil. 3 soft, 3 soft, 3 soft, easy. And a 5 medium, 4 medium is going to be no problem. You could even run at 4 softs potentially, but 5 medium, 4 medium is absolutely fine. In the wet, 3, 3, 3, and the same sort of strategy, a 4, 5 or a 5, 4. Boosts, Glitz, Unstoppable and Rooster are the best around this circuit. You can use boosts like Skull, Dragon and Taurus as well in Brazil. You want to be conserving power unit up the top of the hill all the way down the home straight. That is where you're best to conserve your power unit. Circuit 2 is Canada, and you can go for the 3-3-2 or the 4 medium at this circuit, and a 4 wet is your wet strategy. Copper and Herald are the 2 best boosts, with Glitz, Cranberry and Ode also possible to use. Conserve down the back straight and the start-finish straight. That's where you're going to be gaining your most power unit back. Circuit 3, Bahrain, one-stop strategies. 3 soft, 4 medium, 3 soft. And don't expect you're going to get it wet, but it is the wets, the 3-4, 4-3 if you do. Dragon and Rooster are the 2 best, with Taurus, Glitz, Unstoppable and Skull. All very good round Bahrain. 3 places to conserve power unit. You want to do this as much as you can, especially if you're running that lower power unit strategy as well. And then finally, Azerbaijan for race number 4, Baku. You've got the 3 soft, 4 medium, 3 soft. And again, in the wet, 3 wet, 4 wet, 4 wet, 3 wet. Firework, Street Shark round here, very, very good. Also boosts like Skull, Eclipse, Eternal Flame, even Hex works out very well indeed. So that is your full Series 12, full Series 11, full Series 10 strategy guide. I've bought this to you on the free-to-play account with lower levels instead of being an account with massive levels, giving you maybe a little bit of false sense of security with your own setups even. So that is what I generally recommend for Series 10, 11 and 12. If you've got this far, please do hit a like on the video. I was looking at the stats the other day. Almost half of you that watch this video aren't subscribed to the channel. So honestly, with the new F1 Clash season approaching, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because the quicker you pick up hints and tips from myself, the quicker you're going to beat your rivals in duels and GPs. And ultimately, we do this so that you can get better as well. So appreciate every single one of you. Keep up the support. We're very much appreciated.